Hi, welcome or welcome back. My name is Yu Wing. You can call me Yu Win or Win, and I'm happy that we are connecting here whenever and wherever you are tuning in. So, this video is a video in my 90-day challenge. I probably have a little over a month left to complete this. And so I started it because I wanted to be able to share my voice and share my story. And so it's been good practice to talk unscripted and to share things that come up, things that I want to say when I say them. Mm-hmm. And so I also like to start each one of these videos sharing a practice. And so one of the things that I got from Abraham through Esther Hicks was this idea of segment intending. And so essentially what I do is I have a notebook and on any given day, I date it and then I write about how I want to be or how I want to feel for something that's coming up. So, for example, let's say I'm going to meet some new friends for lunch tomorrow. Before, I could do it tonight. I can write about tomorrow. Like, I intend tomorrow at lunch to be authentic. I intend tomorrow to feel calm and centered and to share loving words, right? So, whatever it is that I want to experience, however I want to be, however I want to show up. And I guess the only thing is that you do it before it happens. And so, to me, that is the practice. And so, then, let's say I'm going on or I'm in between activities. Let's say, I finish lunch and I'm on my way to the grocery store or going home or something. So I might then write about what I intend and hope for the next segment part of the day. And then when I first learned this, I remember it was either the night before or the morning of, before I got out of bed and got going. I would think through the entire day's activities, segments, and then I would intend for each segment before getting up and going or before falling asleep. And so I don't know, I can't recall in the book Ask and It Is Given if they clarify how you're supposed to do it. But I've heard videos where Esther has, taken a notebook and done the segment intending as she's gone along. So I just can't remember the other. But for your consideration, and again, any of these things that you share, you can adapt to fit yourself or how, to be more fitting for you. Just the way I like to choose words that are more resonant or that, inspire a certain mood. So that's today's tool. And then I wanted to talk about movies. So I was thinking about this, and right around this time, I start to watch lots of holiday rom-coms, particularly the Hallmark slash Lifetime types. And I know they are not Academy Award nominees. I know in terms of quality, I don't know, people have opinions. I like to watch things that help me feel a certain way. And so I think this goes back to the idea that reality can be difficult for me to be in. This physical reality can be challenging and heartbreaking. And so if I'm spending my time sort of watching something or doing something, I want to feel a little inspired. I want to feel a little hopeful. I want to feel lovey dovey. I want to feel cutesy. And so that's why I really enjoy those movies. And probably like some of the animated movies and things that have like a quote unquote happy ending. Um, and I know that there is a lot of magnificent work out there and stories that are being shared, um, and questions being raised from all different kinds of art. And when I'm in the mood for art, I'm going to go do that. But on a day to day, sort of like, oh, the days end early and the sunlight is gone, and I haven't left the house. Sometimes seeing the lights and seeing the coziness makes me feel better. So a lot of the times that's why I watch certain movies, um, certain shows. It's mostly because of how it makes me feel as opposed to how critically acclaimed something is. And so I was thinking about that because there are some in my orbit who are like, is it a real movie you watched or is it one of those fake ones? So I get it. And I know why I do what I do. Um, and it helps me to probably like change the energy as well, like my energy to change the momentum. Um, but I think the other difficult thing too about those is that they are also based in like ego and, you know, there's always, certain qualities and things that people bring into the situations, and they're not always wholesome, and that's okay. It, nature of humanity, human nature. So yeah, that's always something I feel like I hide and I don't really like to share with people who are very opinionated. So that's something about me. Yeah. And I know that like life isn't rainbows and butterflies and unicorns and stuff. I th- I feel a lot of the tough things and the tough situations, and it it can weigh heavily on me and my system. And so it is one of those things that I do that helps to like balance out and to be able to stay open and soft and gentle and curious about people as opposed to hating and doubting and being cynical about people. So that's all I wanted to share. I hope you, I hope you're doing well. How are you doing? Yeah, are you okay? And it's okay if you're not okay. And I also hope that you have support and you have strategies, you have coping strategies, you have healing practices, you have centering practices. You can listen to something that gives you another perspective on a belief that you can have that might change the situation. Um, and that it's safe for you to be where you are in this moment. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on. This is a rough time. And I think even sometimes the idea of having a happy holiday is a lot of pressure. So if you had a holiday, You got through it. And if there are other holidays coming up that feel difficult or challenging, whether it's some kind of loss you're navigating, if it's pressure, if it's exhaustion, if it's burnout, if it's sickness, if it's mental unwellness, um, I hope you have the ability to ask for what you need. And if not, maybe find ways to navigate it in a way that is sustainable for you. I hope you believe in and know that you are worthy of receiving unconditional love and that you are able to experience unconditional love in this lifetime. I pray for all of us to be able to be free from suffering and to experience divine love and to embody our divine purpose. And I hope that for you too. So I look forward to connecting with you next time if that's in our cards. And whether it is or not, please take good care. All right. Talk to you later. Bye bye.